All right, guys. So a lot of people have been saying that Fish is dying. Now, there's literally a whole bunch of videos on YouTube now of people saying that Fish is dying. And honestly, I've noticed that after they dropped the second C, that the player count started going down. Y'all let me know down below in the comments, is Fish dying or not? Because in today's video, we are going to be reacting to this guy who basically explained why Fish is dying. And personally, as far as I'm concerned, I mean, okay, I think it's decreasing, but I think it's only because spring break ended. All right, but y'all let me know down below in the comments what y'all think. Anyways, if you're new here, leave a like and subscribe, and let's just get into the video. All right, so this is a guy right here. His name is Panic Button. He dropped this video called Fish is Dying, and this is why, a day ago. So now it's time to see why exactly Fish is dying.
Wow, it's finally happened. Fish has gone down 100,000 concurrent players, and I'm pretty sure the last time that happened was like 5 months ago. Yeah, it has to be 5 months ago when the game first started. I mean, the decline of Fish has multiple reasons, but the microtransactions are probably the biggest one. Like when Fish first came out, the microtransactions didn't exist. There was no shop menu, nothing like that. There was just one billboard on Moosewood, and that was it. You could buy your double XP game pass, appraiser, and small things. But now everywhere you go is just microtransactions. It's just kind of insane. Like for example, if you wear the ethereal prism rod or seraphic rod or rod of the forgotten fang, a microtransaction appears in your face, and it's pretty much a warning saying, do you want to buy this skin for this fish rod you're using?
But the thing is though, I don't know if that's it though. Like, don't get me wrong, like I understand that Fish is like, don't get me wrong, like I understand that there's just a whole lot of like stuff, like even though like Fish is not really pay to win, but it's just there's a whole lot of like, you know what he's saying, microtransactions. I don't know though, like though I don't think that that's why it's dying though. Personally, in my opinion, I think that spring break is over, and then the second C, I think the second C kind of separated people.
It appears like every single minute. Even if you press the X button, it comes back every single time. If you re-equip it, it appears instantly. It's kind of annoying actually, but you know what, for me, I got so used to it, my brain automatically exits it out. Like I don't even notice it's there anymore. Nah, but this company's actually going crazy with the microtransactions. Like if you see a boat they're selling and you walk by it, it appears on your face automatically. Like by force, you have no choice but to look at it. And there's one thing I know about marketing: if you see something constantly, there's a chance you might buy it eventually. And I do have experience in the past. I'm seeing companies do this as well. Like for example, EA. If you guys don't know who EA is, you could look up the history about them, but they do this a lot. But what's even crazier, this company on Fish does it way worse. What's even better, they'll sell a fishy rod skin for like 800 Robux, and that fishy rod doesn't even work. So you created a bunch of skins in the meantime, you just didn't care about the fish rod working at all. It's kind of crazy. But look, hear me out. I'm not the type to blame everything on one company.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie, he's kind of right. Like I don't know why they keep making new rods that you have to pay for the trident rod when no one really uses a trident rod. And on top of that, bro, you just caught the whale shark. Why didn't you just catch it?
But I'm just saying, from what I read, it's been bad in the past. They have ball games like Dusty Trip and Blade Ball, and those games are now going downhill pretty fast. I mean, yeah, to this day, they do have a player base, but back then, the player count was way higher. Somebody in my Discord also told me they bought Blue Lock Rivals, which I hope isn't true. I'm not even joking. In another Discord, I read it was an April Fool's joke, but I guess it wasn't. Eventually, I wanted to make a series on that game, but you know what? If you're gonna have to buy a lot of Robux, I might be cooked. Even though right now I'm talking about a lot of bad things, there's actually a good thing happening really soon. I believe it was 1 or 2 developers that left Fish after they were bought out, and they made a new game called Beaks. It wasn't released yet, but I'm pretty sure when they hit 100,000 members in Discord, we might get it, but it might be a while. I think the last time I checked, it was 91,000, so yeah, maybe 100K in a few weeks. I thought it was gonna come out on April 2nd, but I guess that was something else, so I'm not sure what happened there. But anyways, back to Fish. There's more reasons why it's declining. You guys know the big updates where they made the Dabs, Northern Expedition, Atlantis. Those type of updates are actually really decent. The only thing I don't like about those updates, they require 4 players. Like, why 4 players?
Okay, that's true. That's true. The thing is though, I feel like the devs wanted to do those updates, like the quest like updates, so that it was like more entertaining for the community and bringing the community together. I think what they did was, I feel like the dev team did such a good job at bringing the team together just for them to like release the second C, which like separated the community in a way. Because now it's like there's people that only sit in the second C, aka me, and then there's also people that just are trying to get to the second C, but it's just too much grinding for them to even like care to get there. I don't know, that's just me though.
Tabs, you need to have 3 other players with you at all times. Do they not realize some people don't even have 2 players in their friends list, that they play by themselves most of the time? And plus, in general, if you like playing by yourself, you shouldn't be forced to play with other people. Like, I know what I'm saying sounds crazy, but you know what, some people like playing by themselves. And I've seen in other Discords where people will say, if you want me to help you, you have to give me a blue whale with a sinister mutation, and I'm like, what? That's kind of crazy. All right, but that's only an example. I've never seen that before and hopefully that isn't true because that sounds kind of impossible. It is impossible actually. I'm pretty sure the Haunted Rock can only handle 26,000 kilograms, so yeah, the blue whale is like 200,000, something like that. Now it may sound like a small reason, but that's a reason why some people quit the game because they want to play it by themselves. But I think the worst of it came after C2 was released because it got pretty bad. And I mean, it got so bad they made a poll about saying should we remove C2, and I'm pretty sure it's really close.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. The fact that there's 16,000 votes saying to remove C2, yeah, I could understand that, honestly. I could actually understand removing C2 because it separated the audience. I feel like it just separated players.
So 80% of the players saying please remove it. And now that I think about it, it doesn't make sense to make new islands because you want people to have more content. I mean, there's people that play Fish every single day, for example, like me, that want more islands. But to make it a whole second sea, making you restart everything is kind of crazy. Because I know to some players that means that Sea World is pretty much completed. There's no more content for it.
Yeah, because I mean, like, if you think about it, bro, they added C2. So basically all the rods that you grinded for and paid for basically mean nothing in the second sea because they're like 50%, like everything was like half, like 50% basically in the second sea. So the rods are pretty much useless. And then on top of that, you separating people, like, I don't know, it was just a whole lot of stuff that adds to the fact of I would say the decline or how they're putting it.
Basically saying, are you telling me right now I spent like 5 months trying to complete it and just like that it's done and I gotta restart? Especially when you just bought the ethereal prison mod that's really overpowered and you can't even use it because now it's kind of like weak in C2. I mean, the ethereal prison mod is pretty good in C2, but eventually they're gonna make a fisher mod that's way better than it, and it might cost between $1 to $2 million, and just like that, the ethereal prison mod is gone from C2. And also, if you think about it, the fisher rods in C2 are pretty bad. Like for example, it's better to stay in C1, buy the ethereal prison mod, and then go to C2 and make money for the free spirit rod. And if you want XP, use the free spirit rod. If you want money, use the ethereal prison rod. And yeah, just like that, the other fisher rods in C2 are pretty much useless to you. I think it would have been better to make endgame content for people who are high level, like more exotic fishes that are hard to catch but not impossible. Oh, and that just reminded me why a lot of people quit fish in the first place. Do you guys remember in the Mariana Vale when they released all those secret fishes? You had to catch 3 secret fish to advance into the update, and that was literally impossible. There was actually 2 ways to get it, by catching it or by trading for it. And to trade for a secret fish on day 1 is actually pretty crazy. And imagine if you're a solo player at a medium level, it's literally impossible to give them anything they want. They'll ask you to trade them for 2 shiny Nessies and you're like, what? I don't have that. So you're cooked. So now one of your options are gone. You can't trade for it, but now you gotta catch it. But let's say for example, the best fishing rod you have is a trident rod, you're really cooked now. So now you can't catch it or trade for it, and you pretty much quit the game because you can't advance anymore. The only thing you could do is just grind and grind like crazy, but many people are not gonna like that. You also have to remember this game has RNG, and not everybody could get lucky when trying to catch an exotic or secret fish. Like for me, I tried to catch the magma leviathan and it took me like 5 hours.
Okay, well, so I'm hearing it from a perspective of him. You know, and that's the thing, right? So like these are different perspectives. See, in my opinion, because I'm gonna be honest, I basically was given everything. It's a bit different for me. However, most of the things that he's saying is stuff that I can agree with. Like, I can actually agree with the fact that it's like you grind all of these levels just to get these rods, and then when you get to the second sea, rods are basically pointless because then you have to restart. I think that's that I could agree with that. Like, that's a little crazy, right? I can also agree with the fact that it's like the only 2 rods is what the spirit rods and the ethereal prism rod. I can agree with that. I've used these other rods, and I'm gonna be honest, my favorite rod out of all of them, I wouldn't say the spirit rod. I would say the great dreamer rod is pretty cool in my opinion. I think that one's pretty cool. But then yeah, like if I didn't have like the dev rod, then I would say like either ethereal prism rod or the great dreamer rod. Those are my 2 favorites, and those would be the only ones I use. Like honestly, even in the first sea, like when the ethereal prism rod came out, that was like the only rod I would use to catch the Moby, to catch the blue whale, to catch megalodon, Scylla, all that. Like literally that was the only rod, because I mean that's the best rod in the game.
The people that never caught it, they had to trade for it. And pretty much when I saw the magma leviathan took me that long, I started trading for the other 2, because it almost feels like they want you to buy server luck boosts to catch everything quicker, and that pretty much costs you a lot of Robux. Like to make it really worth it, you have to buy time 64 server luck boost, which costs like what, 800 Robux, so like $10, and that's gonna last you only 1 hour. But come on, you have to spend $10 to play the update. That makes no sense at all. And even with the Moby, catching the Moby without server luck boost is literally impossible. There was one time I was with like 6 people on a time 64 server luck boost and nobody caught it. It was actually insane. I'm not not really sure if it's different now, but before we literally...
Nah, bro, that Moby was impossible to catch, bro. I had Aurora Borealis in the server. I had 1,000 server luck. I had Dev Rod. I had my brother with a Dev Rod also, and we both couldn't catch the Moby.
Gave up on it. Well, I did give up on it. I started trading for it because I was like, bro, I've tried before, and trying to spawn the Moby is actually pretty insane too. I'm pretty sure every 50 times you spawn the blue whales, you get a Moby or something like that, maybe even 100 times. So just getting the Moby to spawn by itself is also pretty difficult. But back to the Mariana Vale, what's even funnier, they made the secret fish into exotic, which made it even worse. Like, yeah, for regular players trying to farm XP, it was really good, but it probably messed up more things. And they saw how fast people were making XP, so they were like, let's just make the level cap to 2,500. Like, what? In order to get level 2,500 really fast, you have to be in C2 and using Aurora totems at all time. It gets very expensive. I'm pretty sure a couple days ago I hit level 2,000, but I was trying to get 100 levels a day. It's actually pretty bad. In order to get like 100 levels a day, I had to play like maybe 8 hours or 6 hours, something like that, something really long. I mean, to be honest, I use a free spirit raw, so catching fish is pretty chill, but come on, 100 levels a day is actually sad. But you know what? At the end of the day, I still like playing fish, so I'm gonna keep on playing it, but hopefully they change things really soon. But now that I think about it, maybe they don't care about the current players.
Dude, this is a W. Okay, if I'm being honest, bro, this is a W guy right here. Like, he's keeping it 100 with everyone. And honestly, let me see his stuff. Like, he's just keeping it 100. Like, that's just how he feels. My honest opinion about C2. Like, I respect this. Like, I actually kind of like this, bro. He's keeping it 100 and he's telling everyone exactly how he feels. And this guy, bro, like, I mean, hey, bro, he seems like a professional at the game. You saw how much relics he just pulled out. Bro, this guy's a professional.
They on fish, there's a lot of...
Like, he actually grinds this game. Like, I can guarantee he has 10 times the amount of hours I have in this game. So I'm pretty sure the points that he's saying right now are actually pretty valid, like spot on valid.
New players coming to the game, probably in the thousands. So every time somebody said, oh man, I'm quitting fish, I'm tired of this game, all the bad updates, there's probably somebody signing up right now as you're saying that. And even I noticed that, like, sometimes you'll see me make a video about like low level players or something about beginners, and that's why I'm doing it, because I see a lot of new players asking questions. So whenever I see like 100 comments of people saying, oh, how does this work, I'm probably gonna make a video about it to help them out as well. I also read a comment somewhere, by this December they're only gonna have 100 to 1,000 players on Fish. And to be honest, that'll never happen. It'll never happen to a game like Fish. I'd say at most it'd probably sit at 50,000 players for the rest of the time, because even games like Gym League, for example, that decline rapidly, it still has like maybe 10,000 players active.
Really Gym League still? What the heck? I used to post Gym League videos. What the heck? What? Dang. Wait, that's actually crazy. I used to post Gym League videos. The fact that that's still popping, what the heck? That's crazy.
To fall that bad, it'll never happen unless another game that comes out that's very similar to it pretty much just takes all the players, which could happen actually. Like I said before, Beaks might come out and could disintegrate Fish, so we're gonna have to see and wait.
What is Beaks? What is Beaks? I haven't heard of that. What is Beaks? What is Beaks? Let me see this. Oh my gosh. Hono Game Studios DevCon. Okay, this can't be Beaks. I don't know what this is, bro. Huh. Okay. This is interesting.
But then I'm keep on playing Fish and keep on making guides until Beaks comes out. But even if Beaks comes out, I'm still gonna make videos on Fish, because at the end of the day, I do like playing Fish in games like Fish. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for today. I just yapped for a very long time.
Hey bro, hey, yap content, the best content, bro.
Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Oh, no, that was a W, bro. That was a W, because he actually put it into perspective as to, like, you know, all the key points as to where Fish is heading right now. Let me actually look at Fish on the game catalog real quick. Let's see. Oh my gosh, bro. 1 week. Wait, hourly, daily, 3 months. Oh my gosh, the lowest it would go is like 140, bro. The lowest it would go is 140. Dude, it was literally, it was that update, bro. April 1st, that joint just, holy crap. Whoa, how much people is playing it right now? 73,000. Dude, that update drastically. The last time they seen something that low was like November 1st. Whoa, November 1st was the last time they seen anything like under like 100k like that. 73,000 is what it's currently at. Let me see, when was the last time it was at 70. Last time it was at 73,000 was like October 31st. Oh my gosh, what the heck is going on? Whoa, what is this? New visits. Oh my gosh, bro, what happened? Fish, what happened, bro? Whoa, nah, bro, they gotta revert it, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, the average playtime's so high, but was it higher before? Like, the average playtime was like 20 minutes. Dang. Dang, what happened? Yo, nah, I'm not gonna lie. Look, bro, I'm not one to like spot out the obvious, but bro, it looks pretty obvious, bro. It looks pretty obvious what needs to be done. I think that second C gotta go. It was on what day was it? April 1st. It seems like, hold on, March 30th, and after that it was like everything just went downhill from there. March 30th. Yeah, what was on March? Did they update March 30th? Did they update March 30th? I don't, when did they update? What was this? I'm trying to see. Okay, this is Cthulhu boss fight. Cthulhu. All right, let me see. When did March 3rd, bro? This is March 29th, so it was like the day after when everyone got used to the game and stuff like that. Yeah, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna just be honest. If I'm being honest, I think it would be best to just wipe out second C, put some new stuff into the first C, and just keep turning up with that, because right now that's crazy. Anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think about this down below in the comments. But yo, I'm out, guys. Bye.